Washington Grown is brought to you by Treetop and the Washington Hospitality Association.
Hi everyone, I'm Christy Goranson and welcome to Washington Grown. Here in the Northwest, we love to get out and enjoy the outdoors. Whether it's cheering on your kids at a baseball game or running a marathon, we can all see the importance of living a healthy lifestyle. Washington agriculture plays a key part in that equation, eating healthy. So in this episode, we're saying game on. We'll get fueled up at Method, a juice bar in Spokane, where we'll make some of their signature juices with owner Nick Murdo. I like it a lot.
Really tasty. It's like a green milkshake.
And bees stay on the go, keeping our crops pollinated. We're heading to an alfalfa seed field to see alkali bees in action. Then we're off to the home of the Seattle Mariners to cook up a meal with the players' chef and find out what they eat to prepare for games.
Ichiro had those wings every day that he's ever played here.
All this and more today on Washington Grown.
Hey, look at that!
It really is a family affair.
Cheers. Cheers.
Oh, look at
Gosh.
that. Yeah.
Today I'm in downtown Spokane at Method Juice Cafe. While fresh-made juice and smoothies are what they're known for, they also serve salads and even fresh acai bowls.
It's fantastic. It's very natural and filling, and it just feels good to put good stuff in your body.
It's great, actually. I really like the fact that it's fresh and it's, you were eating healthy, but you don't really realize it's not like your typical salad. I'd come every day if I could.
I sat down with owner Nick Murdo to learn what inspired him to open up a juice bar.
About 4 years ago, I got into like a more of a vegan, really healthy, plant-based lifestyle, and there was nothing in Spokane that suited how I wanted to eat. And my business partner and I both became kind of passionate about juicing and eating healthy at the same time and decided to take a risk and start up a little cafe.
Why not?
We have so many customers that come in just saying thank you all the time because they don't have options like this anywhere else, and they're happy that they can find something here.
Seeing all of the fresh produce used in their juices, I asked Nick if it's important for them to use Washington-grown ingredients.
We try and find as much local produce as we can. For me, it's really important because letting produce ripen on the vine or on the tree is so much more important because you're getting more nutrients out of that same produce. So we have farms not far from here that we work with, and we'll get our produce in as often as we can from them.
Later in the show, Nick is going to teach me how they make a couple of their signature drinks. We're going to be able to
That's our pure.
run a marathon after these, I think. Something.
We will be.
You know the saying, busy as a bee. Just as we keep on the go, bees are saying game on to keeping our crops pollinated. Tomas is over in the Walla Walla Valley at Wagoner Farms to see their importance to one crop in particular.
The Walla Walla Valley produces some incredible wine and delicious sweet onions. But what some people might not know is that it's one of the leaders of alfalfa seed production in the world. And the main reason for this is the local alkali bees. While we are all familiar with the honeybees and how they play an integral role in crop pollination, they will not pollinate alfalfa seed. However, an alkali bee will. So I met up with second-generation farmer Mark Wagoner to find out why.
Alfalfa has to be pollinated to get seed. The flowers, they physically have to be tripped to open up the stamen where the pollen is. And honeybees won't do that. They don't like to open up the stamen because it hits them in the face. That's what the etymologists tell us.
Right.
And so they just go in by the side and they take the nectar out of the plants. The Washington State University scientists figured out in the 1950s that alkali bees, what are native to this valley, loved pollinating the alfalfa.
As we were talking, I could see several bees in the air, but I wanted to get a closer look. So I asked Mark if he could take me to one of the bee beds.
So this is what I'm hearing.
Now these bees, yep.
Look, I mean, they're literally just popping out of the ground here.
They live about 4 to 6 inches underground, and only the female bees dig the holes. The male bees kind of got it made. All they do is fly around, eat nectar, and pollinate the females.
Besides their work ethic, I asked Mark if there are any other differences between the male and female bees.
Well, number one, the males don't have stingers, and the females have little bitty stingers, but they're not aggressive. They don't. The only time I've ever got stung by one of them is if they crawl in my shirt and trying to get out or something like that. But mostly you can walk across here and they won't bother you at all. They ignore you. What they want is flowers.
I asked Mark if it's hard to balance what's being applied to the alfalfa seed to control weeds and pests without affecting the plant or the bees.
One of the biggest factors we have is killing the bad insects that attack the alfalfa. You can't grow alfalfa seed organically in the Walla Walla Valley. The insect pests will just eat it all up. A couple of years ago, a WSU entomologist got us a chemical registered called bee leaf that will kill the lygus bugs and aphids, and it won't kill the bees at all. But that's some of the newer things we're seeing coming down as far as technologies, new insecticides that are safer for the bees but still kill the pests.
What would you like people to know?
What I would like most people to know is that we try to protect them. We try to make places for them to live. We're very careful when we spray insecticides that we don't kill them. You know, a lot of people think farmers just go indiscriminately go out there and spray. Well, they're our livelihood, so they're like our family almost. I want people to know that we protect them.
So tell me how long you've been doing this.
So I've been farming since 1975, full time. Yep.
Nice. So it's a family farm, so are you hoping to continue it on?
Yeah, my grandpa farmed, then my dad, now me. My son graduated from WSU in 2005, so he's here with his wife, and he just had a little baby boy who's 18 months old. And that kid just loves tractors. He likes to drive the toy tractor, he likes to ride on the big tractor. So yeah, hopefully we'll have another generation, 2 generations after me, keep taking care of the alkali bees, yep, take care of the farm.
Well, I am very excited that you showed this to us. Very cool, and I thank you so much for all your hard work that you do.
All right, well thank you. Thank you very much.
Thousands of people bounding up Doomsday Hill during Spokane, Washington's Lilac Bloomsday Run is a celebration of health and fuel. Fueling for Bloomsday or any race involves strategy. A simple fueling strategy that anyone can use is what I call fueling the campfire, because proper fueling for a race is a lot like making a campfire. The first type of fuel you'll need burns quickly like paper. We'll call this fast fuel. Examples of fast fuel are bread, potatoes, pasta, rice, cereal, and fruit. These fuels burn quickly, so in order to keep the fire going, you have to add some slow-burning fuel like logs on a campfire. Examples of slow fuel are eggs, peanut butter, legumes, beef, chicken, pork, cheese, and nuts, to name a few. To optimally fuel for your athletic event, make sure you combine both fast and slow fuels, such as toast and egg, yogurt and nuts, potatoes and meat, apple and peanut butter, or fruit and nuts. Research also shows that combining a slow fuel with a fast fuel within 30 minutes after an event significantly improves muscle recovery. In Washington State, there's a tremendous variety of locally grown fast and slow fuel sources that can power you through a Bloomsday, soccer game, or hiking trail back to your campground, where hopefully you've got plenty of paper and wood.
Coming up, we're back at Method in Spokane to get our juice on with owner Nick Murdo. And we're in the kitchen at Second Harvest with the Seattle restaurateur making lentils and coriander chicken. I'm with Travis Meacham here. He's a turfgrass seed producer, also on the Turfgrass Seed Commission. And what exactly is turfgrass?
So turfgrass, people kind of get confused when you talk about grass seed. So there's a couple things. There's forage grass, which we're familiar with, feeding to our animals for feed. But then there's turfgrass, which you see all around us here, which we enjoy for our parks and our houses and golf courses and anywhere we're creating that nice manicured look from grass seed. That's what we consider turf grass.
Is it durable? Is it soft? Is it thick? Or what are some of the properties of,
it's everything you just said. It's everything that you want. You want to be able to abuse it and have it come back and still look nice, but you also want to be able to lay out in it and enjoy it. And most of all, you just want it to look nice. I mean, it's a product that can be out there for years and years and is going to keep on growing and looking great and surviving.
How big is the turf turfgrass seed industry in Washington State?
Washington's one of the biggest producers in the nation of turfgrass seed, and it's been distributed not only all over the United States, but all over the world. And what's kind of neat is the same stuff that we grow and plant in our yards and in our parks is the same stuff that the very high profile places. I know that there was seed out of Washington State that went and supplied the Olympics in Beijing, was on the soccer fields there, many of the professional ballparks around the country. I know that Washington State turfgrass has been at Coors Field in Denver, and I think the Milwaukee Brewers have it on theirs, and I'm sure there's a number of others, but it's the very same seed that we get as homeowners. It's the same quality and the same stuff that they are putting on professional fields.
So how long have you been producing turfgrass seed?
For a number of years, and it's a great crop to grow. It's great for the soil health. It puts a lot of organic matter back in the soil, but it's great growing a crop that the end result goes to your friends and neighbors, and they use it every day, and you see it all over the countryside.
Why are you proud to be a Washington farmer?
I think Washington has the best growers of anywhere in the country. They're very adaptive to what they can do. We're always inventing new ideas and upping our level of what we can do. And it's a great feeling to know that we're succeeding at what we're doing.
Yeah. What would the world look like without turfgrass?
That's a real easy one. I think it'd be a lot browner and not near as green. And so I'm pretty proud to say that turfgrass puts a lot of green and a lot of happiness into our lives.
We're back at Method, a juice cafe in Spokane.
I love it. There's always a line. They're fast, they're friendly here. Everything's, fresh and tastes wonderful.
I asked owner Nick Murdo what makes Method so popular.
Everything that we make is plant-based, it's filling and it feels healthy, and they ultimately, they're getting energized just from the inside out.
Now I'm headed back into the kitchen with Nick to learn how to make a few of their signature drinks. You're going to teach me how to do one of your favorite recipes, right?
It is, yes.
Here at Method?
The Vital, it's one of our signature drinks. We've had it on the menu for 3.5 years or so, and yeah.
Our first step is to juice a few stalks of kale. Next, we put in a couple of apples and 2 carrots. This is fast.
We are going to have some beets in here. It takes no time. Beets are the best. Some people hit and miss whether or not they like beets, but the color that comes out of the beets.
Yeah, you're right. It's like a rainbow right now. What do you
And
need?
we still need some lemon. I'm going to grab 2 lemon pieces. We also need to get our ginger in there. A lot of ginger, a little ginger.
Yeah, well, I like ginger.
A lot of ginger. And let's get 1 more apple.
Okay. Once all of our fresh ingredients are juiced, we're ready to try it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yum. Woo!
Not too much
That
ginger.
has a kick though.
Yes.
And you like more ginger.
I do. I would probably double the ginger in my own personal recipe.
It's very good. Sweet and tangy and spicy. So fresh produce is obviously key, I would guess, right?
Yes, and we try and get as much produce locally as we can. To us, it's better to have the produce ripen on the vine, and then it's shipped from not too far away, and you get more nutrients out of everything that way. So.
All right, so we're gonna make another?
Yes, let's make something else.
Okay, let's do it.
We're gonna make the pure. We have a kind of a rainbow variety of juice colors and juice flavors that we make. This one is a full-on green juice.
Full-on green juice,
It is.
okay.
So we're gonna start with kale again.
Next, we add 3 apple slices and a couple of stalks of celery. Then we add 2 handfuls of spinach, followed by some lemon and ginger. Then we add 2 cucumber slices and finish it off with 2 more apple slices.
I really like the apples in the juice. They add a lot of sweetness to it, and for people who are not really used to drinking green juices, they don't want it to taste like they're drinking pure spinach.
Grass.
The apple sweetens it up quite a bit.
Yeah. After a quick stir, we're ready to taste. There you go.
That there,
We're
and
gonna be able to
that's our pure.
run a marathon after these, I think.
We will be.
Oh, that's good. And so you also make smoothies here
We do.
too?
We make smoothies. We make all sorts of different things here. The juice smoothies, rice bowls, acai bowls. I want to show you a smoothie that we make that's one of our more popular green ones as well.
Okay. We've got drink number 3.
Yes, this time we are going to make a smoothie.
Okay.
So we're actually using all the fiber that's going to be in all the produce this time. And we're going to end up using spinach, romaine. Everything's going to be blended together for kind of a thick, frothy, green, healthy drink.
Okay.
Yes, we call it our clean green smoothie.
Clean green. All right.
Yes, are you ready for this?
I am.
So we are going to start with a handful of spinach.
Okay.
And I've already put in about a cup of coconut water into
Okay.
the blender. And about some romaine.
Romaine. Then we add some cucumber, orange slices, lemon, half of a frozen banana, and some pineapple. Finally, we blend it all up until it's smooth.
Cheers.
Cheers. I like that a lot.
It's really good.
That's
It's
really
a great, it's filling, so it's more of a meal replacement than some of the normal juices are too. And
Yeah, I like the
it's
thickness
really,
of it.
it's really tasty.
And I
It's
love
like
the
a
pineapple.
green milkshake, if you will.
It is. That's exactly what it tastes like. Well, thank you
Sure thing.
so much.
Thank you.
This was awesome. To get the recipes for Method's juices, head on over to wagrown.com. Coming up, we're up to Safeco Field to cook up a meal with the Mariners chef and chat with a player's nutritionist.
If you want to perform well, you have to eat well. And today's athletes swear by the juicing of fruits and vegetables. I'm at Method's downtown location, and I'm about to serve up one of their most popular drinks, Pure. Let's see what people think. Do you like fruits and veggies?
I do.
What are some of your favorites?
Kale,
Oh, right out of the gate, kale.
apples, strawberry. I like them all.
I too. Whatever you give me food, I eat it.
When I hold this up, what do you think?
It probably doesn't taste good. It's green. It looks vegetable.
I think kale, I think spinach, I think...
Looks super healthy.
Looks super healthy. Why don't you try this and let's see what you think. And I want you to tell me what you think. There you go.
Absolutely.
Trust your gut. Tell me what you're tasting.
Carrots, celery.
Spinach? That's a good question, because all I'm really tasting in the moment is the ginger.
Is there celery in there?
Yes.
Oh wow, cool.
Apple, maybe?
It doesn't taste healthy. We'll put it that way.
So you enjoy that?
Very good.
So totally is different than what you expected.
100%.
So do you enjoy this?
I love this.
This is called Pure and one of their signature drinks. Would you order this?
Yes.
It just goes down a lot easier. You get it all in one shot, one cup.
Now, would you prefer to drink your veggies or just eat them?
Oh yeah, I'll take that.
Now, Val's off to the home of the Seattle Mariners to see how the players fuel up.
I'm here at Safeco Field, and I'm here to learn how the Mariners fuel up for their best games. So we're going to go inside and meet their chef and their nutritionist and find out how the Mariners and we can get our best game on. Come on! My first stop is to sit down with the Mariners nutritionist, Monica Van Winkle, and I'm in luck because she's brought some special Mariners treats with her.
Oftentimes I'm telling the players I want them to get something in first thing in the morning. So a lot of them don't feel like eating, they don't have an appetite in the morning. So if we can get something liquid in, something quick, but it's packed with nutrients, then that's a great way for them to start the day.
Monica says one of the best ways she has found to do this is with a smoothie. She likes to blend spinach to help with the player's reaction time and eyesight, bananas for carbohydrates, Greek yogurt for some healthy fat, blueberries for antioxidants, and tart cherry juice to help decrease inflammation.
Okay.
So cheers. Oh, now that's
You have to say you like
delicious. No, I don't have to say I like it. This is really delicious. So it sounds like some of the things that you're doing for the Mariners to keep them on their winning streak, hopefully, are things that we too can do for ourselves.
Oh yes, of course.
Great.
And I think that anyone who exercises is an athlete. There's recreational athletes
Well,
and
there
then
you
there's
go.
professional athletes.
Monica also explained it's important for athletes to eat a small meal before a game or workout. So I'm meeting with the Mariner chef, Jeremy Bryant, who's showing me how he prepares some of their favorite pre-game dishes.
So we'll make salmon with an avocado salsa, and we'll do some type of sandwich of the day. Players, they get sushi, they get salad bar. I mean, there's a ton of food that they get to pick from.
Wow.
When Ichiro was here, he had these chicken wings that I made for him, and they were a total accident because when he first came, I was asked to brush up on your Japanese cuisine. And so I went and I studied a few things and I was practicing, and he comes in and he goes, do you have cheeseburger? And I was like, no, I didn't have a cheeseburger. And I had just marinated a similar recipe to what we're doing with the chicken. I had a bottle of teriyaki sauce, so I dumped that in there. And then he had those wings and he did really good. And he's like, could I have those again tomorrow? And then the next day, then 10 years later, Ichiro had those wings every single day, every day that he's ever played here.
Really?
Yeah, and
That is wild.
it is wild. I would seriously, I got bored of making them, so.
After Chef Jeremy whipped up a beautiful salmon and chicken dish, we sat down to give him a try. Oh, Can you bottle this? This
You know, I
is
never
really
thought about
good. You use a lot of Washington-grown products
Yes.
in your cooking. Why is that so important?
It's just nice to that our local team is supporting, Washington-grown everything around here. So,
Right.
Yeah, and then, it's not getting shipped, across country or anything.
I've learned so much about the thought and preparation that goes into all the Mariners' meals, and I couldn't resist asking about some of the players' favorite dishes.
You get guys, Seth Smith, he has this chicken with a mango and an avocado on the side.
Every day?
Just sliced up, every day. Adam Lind, 35 minutes before each game, he has a chicken breast.
How special for you? I mean, it sounds like you have really gotten to know the guys one-on-one. What is
Yeah.
that like?
It's, every single day I appreciate it, and I really, really enjoy being here. And just the fact that I get to see Edgar Martinez every single day. How cool is that?
Way cool.
I have the coolest job around, I know that.
I'm here with Chef Bella, and we are in the kitchen at Second Harvest Food Bank. And Chef Bella is you're based out of Seattle.
I am, yeah.
And you are involved in a lot of different things. You have catering and consulting and chefing, and you're a mom.
This is true.
You're a busy lady.
I am very busy, but I'm really excited to be here today because one of the things I love doing most is teaching everybody I know how to cook delicious, nutritious Indian food.
So what is one of the most important things about Indian cooking that you'd like to share with people?
After getting cornered in my local grocery store spice aisle, week after week after week, I think it's really important to communicate with people who have an interest in cooking Indian food that you don't need every single spice in the spice aisle. You really just need a set of 3 or 5 to really get started. You need cumin, coriander seed, a good cayenne pepper, turmeric, and a dried chili will go very far.
Okay.
So I'm making my family's version of lentils with coriander chicken.
Okay. We start on the marinade by toasting our cumin and coriander. Once those are toasted, we add in some olive oil, chopped garlic, and salt.
So once the garlic browns, we're gonna add some citrus to it. You can use really anything. We're using lemon juice here today.
While Bella adds the lemon, I butterfly our chicken breasts.
We don't really want to cook this down, so I'm gonna turn the heat off here. Now at this point you can add a little bit of chili for heat. Just a little cayenne pepper. I'm gonna add maybe 1/4 teaspoon. If my kids are eating it, I usually leave it out. And then a touch of turmeric just for color.
Awesome. Bella finishes it off with a little cilantro. Then we cover our chicken breasts with the marinade, put them in the fridge for about an hour, and then bake them. So we are going to make the second part of our meal, which is the lentils. And what do you call this dish?
So the British came up with a funny word for this. They call it mulligatawny.
Mulligatawny.
And it comes from 2 South Indian words, mulliga, which means pepper, and tani, which means water. So really, we have license to make this whatever we want. Whatever we want. So we're gonna start by exploring just how to make a basic lentil. And from there you can go and make many different versions of mulligatawny.
So these are our washed lentils.
So these are husked and halved, which means they're gonna be really, really quick cook.
We add water to our washed lentils and cook them for about 20 minutes. And lentils are one of those things, it seems you can just kind of add whatever you want as far as flavor and spices and different things.
Absolutely. And they're so lean and healthy, and you get so much protein and wonderful minerals and lovely things.
And you were saying you make it for your little ones.
I made it for both my kids. I do, and they're little built like trucks. They're built like trucks. This is very healthy and nourishing.
We add in a little turmeric, cumin seed, salt, and cayenne pepper to our lentils. I chop some garlic while Bella grates fresh ginger and throws it in with our lentils. Little peppers over here.
Yeah, so these are Thai chilies, which you can get readily at most grocers now. And if you can't find them at your local grocers, you will certainly have luck at an Awajimaya or your Asian food market store. If you don't want to add a lot of heat to this, you can add the chili whole and then pull it out at the end. If you are, in a time crunch and you're planning ahead, you can do this part a couple days in advance and just let it sit in your fridge.
Okay.
And then what we're doing here is just another kick of flavor, and you can do that before you serve it.
Next, we dice an onion. Then toast our cumin and add in some olive oil, the onions, and a little nutmeg. We follow it up with a little cayenne and then keep stirring.
It can be a really humble meal. You can serve it with basmati rice or brown rice or even quinoa. For my kids, I give it to them with a little homemade flatbread.
Once the onions are soft and our lentils are cooked, we combine the mixtures.
Our lentils are done, our chicken is done, and
so
we
now
have
we just
some
have to
beautiful
get it
local...
ready to eat.
Yes.
Bella cuts our chicken while I cut our cherry tomatoes. And then we plate. First, a scoop of the lentils, followed by the chicken and topped with tomatoes and cilantro.
Would you like to taste this with me?
Yes. Get it all. So beautiful. Really rich tasting.
A lot of flavor.
A lot of flavor. The textures are amazing. Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, I have to keep eating it.
Yeah.
So good.
Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
To get the recipes for Bella's coriander chicken and lentils, head to wagrown.com. From kids' sports to running errands, being on the go is just part of life, but it's important to maintain healthy eating during all that busyness. Luckily, we have plenty of healthy and nutritious snacks right in our backyard. That's it for this episode of Washington Grown. Thanks for watching.